Hi there, and welcome to Jill's Quest for Riches. In today's episode, we're going to look into passive income. Why is that? Well, if you want to obtain wealth and riches, then it's very hard to do so without having or using passive income. So it's very important that you understand what it is and all the different details that go with it. In this episode, we're going to first define what it is, then I'll give you some nuances because it's always not exactly like in the books, and some practical examples, which should make it as easy as possible. If you're ready, I'm ready, let's go. There's a lot of different definitions for passive income out there. The one I'm using here is the one that I found on Wikipedia, and it states income that requires little to no effort to earn and maintain. Now, there's a few things here to pay attention to. Income, of course, I don't have to explain what this is. Little to no effort, there's some nuances here. And then earning and maintaining. And for me personally, I find maintaining a very important one here. Otherwise, I would not necessarily consider it passive income. But so, clear definition, passive income is income that requires little to no efforts to earn and maintain. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, this definition really sounds a lot like a big get-rich-quick scheme. And that is because of the first nuance that I want to make here. They're saying little to no effort. Well, in practice, at least as far as I'm aware of, there is quite some effort involved, but the main effort is all the way in the beginning, setting up the passive income stream. That's where the effort is. And then in maintaining it, keeping the income coming, the effort is very low or non-existent, or at least disproportionately low to the income that it generates. So that's an important nuance to make here. A second nuance that I want to make, it's not an exact definition, so it's not that something is passive income or it's not. I see it more as a spectrum, whereas you have passive income and active income. Active income being any income that comes as a direct return from services that you deliver. Usually it's a salary, tips, an hourly wage, but it's directly linked, really 100% linked to the effort and the time that you put in. So that's active income, and then passive income would be completely not linked to efforts that you put in. And between those two, there's actually a whole spectrum, a whole space of different possibilities. To me, it's always easier to learn with some practical examples, so let's do just that. So if we go from the active income and the passive income, namely being the typical active income, just your hourly job, you get paid per hour and that's it. That's 100% active income. And then 100% passive income would be you own a business that generates revenues, which you get paid out every month or every year, and you don't do any effort whatsoever anymore. So it's managed by somebody else or something. So that's the most passive income that I can think of and the most active income that I can think of. But then you have a few things in between. Let's say if we start from the salary, the active income, what you can also have is a monthly wage, but you also have a variable salary, a commission that is related to recurring revenues. So not a variable one-go bonus system, but a bonus system or a variable income related to recurring revenues. Why is that? Well, if you bring in a new client and that client will generate revenues over time, it will continue buying at your company, but you don't have to put that much time in it anymore, or less at least. Opening a client is a difficult part, maintaining the client is usually a bit easier, but you still get a commission on the revenues that client generates. So there we have like a little bit of passive income within a typical active income stream. And if we go a little bit further, then you have things like side hustles, flipping couches, repairing fridges. So the things you maybe do on top of your work that still require effort from you, but the money you get from it is not necessarily directly linked to how much time you put into it, but maybe more linked to how good you are at something. If you can do this faster, if you're better at finding cheaper couches and better at selling couches more expensive, then you'll make more in the same amount of time. So still active income, but it's already getting a little bit more passive. And then if we move on, you have stuff like, or what I would consider in the middle, is when you're owning a business that is quite successful, you're still putting in a lot of time to maintain it, to keep it running, so it's still quite a lot of effort, but the income that you generate from it is twofold. One is the salary that's related to your effort, But on the other hand, you also have the value of the company that keeps on growing, because there's also other people working in the company that create value for the company. So there you're, in my opinion, in the middle. You actually have a big chunk of both. Then if we move further to the passive side, then you have stuff like renting out property. So you buy a house or a building and you rent it out to tenants. There you're putting in a lot of effort in the beginning. Yeah? You have to get the money, you have to get a loan, you have to maybe tidy up the place, find the tenants, and then you're set up for the passive income. But there's still recurring effort to make. Like every now and then you need to switch tenants, every now and then there's some issues that you need to tackle. So there is still some effort in there, but it's disproportionately low to the income that you're generating. If we move further, then you have stuff like owning a business in which you are no longer putting in a considerable amount of time or effort. Let's say you've hired somebody to manage your business for you, so you're still in the monthly meetings and you still take some strategic decisions, but you're not there anymore the whole week, every day of the week. So there it becomes way more passive. It generates money for you and you're not actively putting effort into it anymore. If we move even further, then we go to stuff like intellectual property rights, being royalties, patents. Let's say if you've written a book, if you created a game, if you've created a song, or if you made an invention, and that is generating money for you because somebody is using it, people are buying it, a company is using your invention and paying a license fee, a recurring license fee. This is quite good passive income. Actually, once it's set up, you don't do anything anymore. You maybe renegotiate license agreements every 3 to 5 years. If you've made a song, you still publish it, you still make sure people keep on listening to it, but the bulk of the work is done and the revenues that come from the extra efforts are disproportionately high. Then at the most extreme end of this passive income, at least as far as I'm aware of, you have stuff like owning a business in which you don't have to put any effort whatsoever anymore. So all the effort has already been done, you're just getting income for literally doing nothing. Now that sounds maybe like a dream scenario, very, very unrealistic to obtain, but actually it's one of the easiest scenarios to achieve, because what plays here is also just if you buy stocks or bonds on the market, then this is this type of income stream. This is passive income. You do your due diligence, you do your efforts in the beginning. Do I want to buy this stock or not? What are the numbers? Is it interesting or not? You put the money in and that's it. Then you either get income from dividends or from value that increases, but you get your income and you're not putting that much effort into it anymore. Like just maybe looking at your investment from now and then to make sure it's still the right investment, but the effort is really, really low. So that's why I would consider it a very good passive income example. I do want to come back to the example of owning a business. You have to be very aware of what type of business are we talking about, because owning a business doesn't necessarily mean a passive income. Some examples are being a plumber, so you're business owner, you're self-employed, but your revenue is still directly linked to the effort and the time that you're putting into it. Same for any type of freelancer. So this is way more active income, even though it's owning a business. So that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. It was way shorter than usual and also very much more theoretical than usual. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.